Welcome to Paritranaya. See the day 10 or 9? Yes, 10. Right. Okay. So in the previous previous few classes we discussed about the geography 2025 and 24 questions, and similarly we discussed about the strategy as well. Similarly, we shall continue now from what 2023 onwards. Okay, 2023 onwards. So 24, 23. Okay, 23. Yes. Okay, so this is a 2023 question. So Chelam River passes through Ular Lake, Koleru Lake. Okay, Gandak River. So this question is about what? Generally our strategy. Ramsar wetlands and rivers passing through. Okay, rivers passing through. So how many Ramsar wetlands are there totally? Approximately around 98, right? So this time I have compiled it in a very proper manner. Yesterday also I could not take print. There was some final touch need to be given, so I give it. So probably today I will take the prints. Okay, I will take the prints and tomorrow I will give you. Okay. So here Ramsar wetlands and river. So before Ramsar wetlands, what I will urge is first you will prepare the NCERT, whichever wetlands that have been mentioned in the NCERT. So you will give it a higher priority. Okay, give it a higher priority. Next, Ramsar wetlands. So when it comes to Ramsar wetlands, we have built a strategy. What is that? Ramsar wetland, what we will be focusing? An important river which appears in the NCERT. If it flows through the Ramsar wetland, then we will retain that information. If an insignificant river flows through a Ramsar wetland, then we will not retain the information. We will rather mark it as what? No major river flows through it. Okay, no major river flows through it. And also if you look at the previous year questions, repeatedly they have focused on few lakes. Okay, few lakes. So one such lake is Koleru Lake. Okay, Koleru Lake. So again, that exam demand is also equally important. If you look at this question, so previously they asked many times on Koleru Lake. Okay, Koleru Lake. Jhelum River and Ular Lake, this is a very famous one. Easily we can recall. Okay, easily we can recall. But when it comes to third one, it is a difficult question. Okay, it's a difficult question. So whether Ular Lake is present in NCERT, in the standard content that we have discussed from the high school NCERT, that is 9th NCERT, whether Ular Lake is present, explicitly it is present, and whether Jhelum River is an important river, yes, important tributary of Indus. So Jhelum River passes through Ular Lake. So obviously we need to know it. One is through NCERT, another one is what? Whether Ular Lake is part of Ramsar wetland? Yes, it is part of Ramsar wetland as well. Next, Krishna River directly feeds Koleru Lake. So multiple times the question has appeared. So whether Krishna River directly feeds into Koleru Lake? No. Koleru Lake is located between the deltas of Krishna and Godavari. So Krishna directly does not feed into what? Koleru Lake. So this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. But to answer this question, what? We need to know about what all the lakes, at least first we will prepare from NCERT. So whether Koleru Lake is part of the NCERT? Yes. So Koleru Lake is also part of the NCERT, Ular Lake is also part of the NCERT. But whether this Kanwar Lake is part of NCERT? Kanwar Lake, it is not present as part of NCERT. It's not present as part of NCERT. Okay. So Kanwar Lake, whether it's a Ramsar wetland? Yes. So what's the alternative name for Kanwar Lake? Kabarta Lake. Kabarta Lake. So one approach is what? You will prepare the entire list of Ramsar wetlands and the corresponding rivers. So even when you prepare also at the time of examination, many times you will not be able to connect properly. At least at the time of examination, you will prioritize which one is important, which one enjoys lesser priority and all those things. At the same time, when you look at the approach, Ular Lake, how it is famous? It is the largest freshwater lake in India. Okay. So probably in this fashion, we can reduce the information. So largest freshwater lake in India and the river passing through it. Next, when it comes to Koleru Lake, how it is famous? Koleru? Yes? No, Koleru Lake is not Oxbow Lake. The next, Kanwar Lake is Oxbow Lake. But Koleru Lake? Yes? Second largest freshwater lake. Okay. Second largest freshwater lake. Okay. In this fashion, what I will urge you is, why they are asked about Kolleru Lake? What is its speciality? Okay, what is its speciality? So in this fashion, when we work, what happens? The information overburden, we can reduce it. Okay. Otherwise, what we can do? The largest, which is the largest lake on the what? Eastern coast. Okay, eastern coast. In this fashion, if we do somewhere, if we are able to identify special feature of Kolleru Lake, it will help us. Okay, it will help us. Yesterday we discussed about the lagoon. So which is the largest lagoon in Asia? I think I had asked you to complete that exercise, right? So I don't know whether you completed it or not. So which is the largest lagoon in India? Chilka Lake. Okay. In that fashion, is there any special feature about Kolleru Lake? Okay. If you search it, then what we can focus? We can only focus on that river. Okay. That river. Now, third, coming to what? Kanwar Lake. Kanwar Lake. So, if we do not have the time to go to the through the entire Ramsar wetland and the corresponding rivers, at least if we try to find out about the Kanwar Lake, what is the special feature about Kanwar Lake? It's a oxbow lake and it's the largest oxbow lake in India. Okay, largest oxbow lake in India. So, as it is the largest oxbow lake in India, so even while going through the Ramsar wetlands, also what we will do is, so which are the top 4 or 5 oxbow lakes in India? Whether Kanwar Lake is the only oxbow lake in India, or are there any other oxbow lakes in India? So at least 3 to 4 oxbow lakes and the rivers passing through. In this fashion, what we can do is, rather than preparing for the entire 98 list of Ramsar wetlands and the corresponding rivers, we can reduce it. Okay, we can reduce it. Because at the end moment, even though practically it will become very difficult for us to retain all the information. Okay, so that we can adopt here. Okay, so what's the answer here? And see here, meandering of Gandak river. So when this question was framed, initially when many institutes they started releasing answers, so it was considered as correct. Okay, Gandak, it flows through what? Kanwar Lake, it was considered as correct. But later on, when the official key was released, it was not correct. Because the Gandak does not flow through it. Which river? Buri Gandak. Okay, and generally if you search in the internet also, you will not get that information. But if you go to official Ramsar wetland site, and for every site they have mentioned a brief information in the form of PDF. In that PDF, when you search, you will get to know that it is Buri Gandak. Okay, Buri Gandak. So Buri Gandak and Gandak, both of them are not same. Okay, both of them are different. Because of the meandering of Buri Gandak, Kanwar Lake is formed and not Gandak. Okay, and not Gandak. Now, if you look at the rivers, this is an important river. But Gandak river is also an important river, which appears in NCERT. Okay, but Buri Gandak is not an important river. Okay, it's not an important river. But still they asked a question. It means rather than focusing on what just important rivers, here the focus is on what? Lake. That is Oxbow Lake. Okay, Oxbow Lake. So in this fashion, at one time when you are reading the question, you might get some idea. Next time when you are reading the same question, again some other question might arise in you, and you will try to find out an answer to the same. Okay, to the same. So at least list of Ramsar wetlands, corresponding rivers, important rivers, and also try to find out what the logic behind these questions. Okay, why they might ask this question. Okay. So this question, consider the following pairs. So those who are joining online, whether it is clearly visible? Question is visible? Yeah, in the previous one, we did not discuss about answer. Yes, it is one only. Only one. So which is that? Jhelum river passes through Ullar Lake. So this is correct. Okay, this is correct. So second one is also wrong. Third one is also wrong. Okay, third one is wrong. Just when you are revising, what we can do is, okay, when you are revising about Jhelum river. So Jhelum river is a tributary of Indus. So again you can once recall the tributaries of what? Indus river system. Where does it originate, through which all state it flows through, all those things you can do. Okay. Okay. So next, consider the following pairs. Port, well known as. Okay. So this question can be classified as part of economics because it's an infrastructure related question. Okay. Again, it can be mapped to geography as well because the location, if it is location, then it can be mapped to geography, but here it can be classified under economics itself. Okay, economics itself. Anyhow, so here they have given few ports: Kamarajar Port, Mundra Port, Vishakhapatnam Port, and then they asked first major port in India registered as a company, largest privately owned port in India, largest container port in India. Okay, container port in India. Now this is a current affairs based question. The current affairs based question. But rather than preparing it from current affairs point of view, what we shall do is we shall prepare it from static point of view itself. So in our economics notes, whether it is present or not, but still I'll add it. Okay, you can go through the same. So first we need to know about major ports. Okay, how we have major minerals and minor minerals. Similarly, we have major ports and minor ports. Okay, minor ports, and especially our focus should be on major ports, because major ports are under the control of central government. So first what you will do is you will make a list of major ports. List of major ports in India. So there are around 12 to 13 major ports in India. Okay, 12 to 13 major ports in India, and for all the major ports, the corresponding state, in which state it is located. Okay, in which state it is located. So first what you will do, you will make a list. If I share the list, it's okay, but even if you write it, once you practice it also, it is okay. Okay, so around 12 to 13 major ports are there. Okay, major ports are there. Now next, see here, if you look at the first option, first major port in India registered as a company. Okay, it means all the major ports are not registered as a company. So what is the difference between the port which has been registered as a company and the ports which have not been registered as a company? Then in what fashion they have registered themselves? Okay, so again, if possible, I'll be sharing that content. Okay, so these are the dimensions in which you'll think. Okay, major ports, and where they are located, which state. So some of them have been registered as a company, others have not been registered as company. So what is the difference between the ports which have been registered as a company and the others which are not been registered as a company? Next, also what you will do, which is the first major port in India registered as a company? So already we know the answer. So it's Kamraj Airport. Okay, Kamraj Airport. Okay, so this is correct. But apart from this, what we will find out, which are the other major ports which have been registered as a company? Okay, as a company. Next, whether ports are privately owned or also public owned, or all the major ports are publicly owned or also privately owned. The next question is, all the major ports, whether publicly means government owns it, or are there any major ports which are also owned by private as well? Okay, that will search. Next, Mundra Port. Okay, Mundra Port, whether it is a major port or minor port. Okay, so they have given largest privately owned port in India. Whether it is true or false, we'll verify. First we need to know whether Mundra Port is major port or minor port. Just search it. Mundra Port, whether it is a major port or minor port. Yes, it's a minor port. Okay, so now next what you will search is whether all the major ports in India are owned by government, or are there privately owned major ports in India. Just search it. Are there any privately owned major ports in India, or all the major ports in India are owned by government itself? Okay, all the major ports are owned by central. You got a clarity. It means major ports in India are owned by government. How about minor ports? So from this example, we get to know, okay, Mundra Port, it's a private port. Okay, it's a private port. Now, we are not interested in all the minor ports. We are interested in all the major ports, but we are not interested in all the minor ports. Okay, minor ports. But we are interested in which is the largest privately owned port in India. Okay, Mundra Port. Next, what you will search, which is the largest port in India? Whether it is public owned or private owned, immaterial. So among otherwise, what we will do, under the 12 or 13 major ports in India, which is the largest major port? Which is the largest major port? Yes, Paradip in Odisha is the largest major port. Okay. Next, we got it. Here itself you will write. Okay. Even though it's a first registered as a company, Paradip is a largest major port in India. Okay. Largest major port in India. Next, largest privately owned port in India. Okay. Mundra Port. Next, third option, Visakhapatnam Port. So they have given largest container port in India. Next we will search which is the largest container port in India. Whether the third one is right or wrong. The pair is right or wrong. Largest container port in India. Jawaharlal Nehru Port. Okay. So here this is wrong. We will write here. Jawaharlal Nehru Port located in which state? Maharashtra. Okay. Maharashtra. Next, Visakhapatnam port. Obviously, if you hear the name itself, then it should be present in Andhra Pradesh itself. Okay, Andhra Pradesh itself. So, largest container port in India is what? Jawaharlal Nehru port. Next, generally while reading the newspaper, you come across different types of ports. One is what? Container port. Another one is cargo port. Yes. Video is not visible. How about others? Now it's visible. Okay. Okay. So audio is visible, but video is not visible. Audio is was there, but video is not there, right? Okay. Okay. Visakhapatnam, it's false. Largest container port in India is Jawaharlal Nehru port. Similarly, another type of port which appears in the newspaper is cargo port. Just search which is the largest cargo port in India. Okay, cargo port. Next, they asked about container port and I mentioned about cargo port. What is the difference between container port and cargo port? Yes? Mundra port is a cargo port. Okay. So, which is the largest cargo port in India? Mundra port itself? Okay. So, just write it. So, largest cargo port in India is Mundra port. Okay. Mundra port. Okay, so in this fashion you'll prepare. Again, see here, some of these ports are present on the east coast, some of these ports are present on the west coast. Out of curiosity, you will find out which is the largest port on the east coast, which is the largest port on the west coast. So in this fashion, continuously update the information. So whichever question it flashes, you just try to find out the answer to the same and I'll add it here. Okay, I'll add it here. So even if you have missed the current affairs part also, you should be able to answer such kind of questions. So hence we shall prepare it as a static itself. Okay, static itself. So which is the largest port on the east coast? Visakhapatnam. So which is the largest port on the west coast? Mundra port. Okay.
Container ports are major ports or minor ports?
What?
Container ports are major ports or?
It's not like that. It's not a major port or minor port. Container means they handle finished goods. For example, electronics. Okay, example. So cargo goods means raw materials like coal and all. So this is the basic difference between cargo port and what? Container port. Okay. Container port is a subset of a cargo port. Cargo port is a what? Broader term. So container is a narrower term. Okay, specific term. Okay, but both these terms they do appear. Okay, cargo port and container port. So again, based on this, if any other new question arises in you, you can try to find out the answer to the same and you will add it and you will update it. Okay, if possible, I too will compile the content. I'll share it with you. Okay. So next, consider the following. Jackfruit, mahua, teak. How many of the above are deciduous trees? Okay, deciduous trees. Okay. So again, what? If you look at high school NCERT and +1 and +2 NCERT. So in just high school NCERT, we have about teak. We do not have mahua. We do not have jackfruit. But in +1 and +2, 11th and 12th NCERT, somewhere we have about jackfruit and mahua. Okay, mahua, and we have consolidated the content. Okay, we have consolidated the content. So here, what? How many of the above are deciduous? The most famous deciduous is okay, teak. Okay, teak. And next, when it comes to mahua, mahua also it appears in the newspaper in the context of what? In the context of minor forest produce. When it comes to minor forest produce, so whenever in the newspaper they discuss about the minor forest produce, one important entity that appears here is mahua. Okay, mahua, tendu. So these are the major minor forest produce which appear in the newspaper. Okay, so probably that is the reason why they have asked about mahua. Okay, mahua. So mahua is the deciduous.
Yes, sir.
Okay, deciduous. Okay. Next, jackfruit. It is evergreen. Okay, it's evergreen. Now see, out of curiosity, probably previous year also I had prepared. So some of the important fruits. Okay, we shall prepare. Already I think I have prepared. I'll be sharing it with you. And also at the end, there is a question paper driven content I have added or not, just to check it once. Okay, added. So again, if it is not there, we shall add it. So some important other fruits apart from jackfruit. So we shall just try to verify whether they are Deciduous or evergreen. Okay, deciduous or evergreen. So in this question, the answer is only 2. But we will not stop here. Now, when it comes to deciduous tree, will you be able to recall the deciduous trees that we have discussed? Sal, Sesam, yes, Kusum, Arjun, Mulberry, yes, yes, Savita, you are saying something. Bamboo, yes, Neem. Okay, so all these are what? Deciduous. Now here, if you have space, you will be writing all those things here itself. Means it will be easy for you to revise. Okay, it will be easy for you to revise. Next, also we have Mahua. Okay, next some other entities we have added. So all those things you will list here and you will repeatedly revise. Okay, revise. Similarly, when it comes to jackfruit, apart from jackfruit, other trees which are evergreen. So you'll check for mango. Okay, next you'll check for few other things and you'll add it, so that in the end moment the revision should become in a faster manner. Rather than going through the entire content, what we'll do, we'll just go through the question paper and revise that content in a faster manner. Okay, in a faster manner. Okay, so we'll make a list of see, don't do an exhaustive list. Okay, don't do an exhaustive list. Whatever list is provided in the notes, you just go with it. With respect to jackfruit, again we'll do some exercise, exploration exercise, but not many fruits, hardly around 5 to 6 important fruits. Okay, important fruits. Okay, so this question, so what's the question, what's the answer for this question? Because we were not able to locate a proper source for this question. Okay, even though answer was revealed by the UPSC after 1 year, what's the official answer? If anyone has marked official answer. Okay, so what does this statement mean? India has more arable area than China. What is arable area? Okay, so the land which can be used for agriculture. So here the first statement is India has more arable area than China. Okay, China. So see what kind of questions they are framed. A curiosity based question they are framed. So India and China generally they'll make comparison. If similar kind of comparison are made, okay, India will be compared with which other country? Maximum to with which other country it can be compared? Okay, so generally, okay, with USA will not make such kind of comparison. Okay, so we can make the India's comparison with countries which stand at on par with India. For example, India's comparison can be made with Brazil. Okay, with Brazil, BRICS countries, for example, Brazil, Russia, okay, India, China, South Africa. So with these countries they can make. So there are very rare chances that India can be compared with USA. Okay, with USA. So there a different kind of question can be framed. So here India has more arable area than China. True or false? False. Okay. Second, the proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China. See, when it comes to advancement in China, we generally believe that there is more advancement in China. So the proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China. At the face, it appears as a false statement. Why? Because we feel that in China, the proportion of irrigated area is more. What is irrigated area? Okay, so for irrigation related facilities, they have made more. So officially, second is correct or wrong? See, here, official what happens here is, they'll just give either only one, only two, all three. What's the answer here? Only one. Okay, only one. So which is that one? First, second or third? Second one, the proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China. Third one, the average productivity per hectare in Indian agriculture is higher than that in China. Okay. So now if you look at second and third statement, the average productivity per hectare in Indian agriculture is higher than that in China. So it appears wrong. When it comes to productivity, obviously productivity of China is more. Similarly, in the second case also, the proportion of irrigated area, okay, it at the face level it appears that it is more in China and less in India. Okay, less in India. And I have tried to find out the various sources, but could not locate a proper source. But as you are mentioning, second one is right. Okay, second. Okay, so again I will cross verify once. You to cross verify from other sources. So yes, Sai Prasad.
First statement is correct, sir.
First statement is India has more arable area than. Okay.
170 million hectares, sir.
Okay.
China has 135 million.
1/3. Okay, this what you do is after this class, once again you cross verify, because for this question I have spent so much of time. There are different sources pointing to different answers. Okay, different answers. And officially, when the answer key was released, they only release which is the correct answer. Only one, only two, all three, or none. But which one is correct? Whether first one is correct, second one is correct, or third one is correct. Okay. So as you have got first one as correct answer, so someone else has got second one as correct. So we should cross verify it once. Okay, cross verify it once. So it's a bit a difficult question. Okay, difficult question. But if you look at curiosity, very, very important question, because generally when we compare India with China. Because in the 1980s, India and China, both the GDPs were at the same level. Within a span of 30 to 35 years, China has crossed India by almost 5 to 6 times. If India is what, $5 trillion economy, so China is somewhere around $25 trillion economy. So hence this comparison, it always happens. Okay, it happens. Now next again they may make a comparison at a different level. For example, India has more population than China. True or false? So India's literacy rate is more than that of China. In that fashion, they may make a comparison. Okay, rather than just sticking to the geographical related aspects, so they may go beyond these things and they may focus on economic aspects like literacy rate. Okay, in that fashion, they may focus. Okay, they may focus. So we'll just pause it. We'll not come to a conclusion that which is the correct answer. So I will urge you to do an exploration exercise. And if you are not able to get, don't give more than 15 minutes of time for this. Okay, because we'll leave this question rather than wasting our time. Next, which one of the following is the best example of the repeated falls in sea level giving rise to present day extensive marshland? Okay, marshland. So here, what's the answer? Answer is yes, Run of Kutch. Run of Kutch is the answer. Okay, so you just retain this information. Okay, which one of the following is the best example of the repeated falls in sea level giving rise to present day extensive marshland? So just if you search for Run of Kutch, which is the largest marshland in India, just search it. Which is the largest marshland in India? Sundarbans. Second one. Second largest marshland. Okay, is it? So largest. Vembanad. So what is speciality about Run of Kutch? Just check it once. Salt marshland. So you can search in this fashion. Which is the largest salt marshland in India? Largest salt marshland in India. Yes, Run of Kutch. Okay. Can you similarly search for second one? Yes, Little Run of Kutch. Okay, we'll focus on this. So you shall just retain this information. So Run of Kutch is the largest salt marshland in India. Okay, salt marshland in India. Next, Bhitarkanika mangroves. So where they are located? In which state? Odisha. Okay, Odisha. So whether Bhitarkanika is a Ramsar wetland? Yes. Okay. So which is the river which flows through Bhitarkanika? Brahmani and Baitrani. So that we will revise here. For the next year, based on question paper, Bhitarkanika is one of an important site. So okay, we will prepare for Brahmani and Baitrani. Also at the same time, we will prepare where does Brahmani originate, where does Baitrani originate. Okay. In which state Baitrani originate? Jharkhand or Odisha? No. Baitrani, I think it originates in Odisha itself. Okay. Based on my weak memory is what I can recall. Odisha, Baitrani originates in Odisha. Brahmani originates in Jharkhand. Okay. So Bhitarkanika mangroves. Okay, mangroves. Now what you will do just apart from, so Bhitarkanika it has a mangroves. Which are the other famous mangroves? Sundarbans. Next. Gulf of Mannar. Next. Pichavaram. Okay, there are some famous mangroves. Okay, you just list it. You'll revise it. Okay, you'll revise it. Next, Moroccan salt pans. Okay, what are salt pans? Where is Moroccan salt pan located? Which state? Tamil Nadu. So you will just write it Tamil Nadu. Okay, Tamil Nadu. So which is the largest salt pan in India? Which is second largest salt pan in India? Okay, in that fashion, you'll add one or two information and you'll just complete. Next, where is Naupada swamp located? Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so now here you'll not do much. What we can do is which is the largest swamp land in India? Okay, in that fashion, you can just prepare. Okay, you can just prepare. If possible, I will also be compiling the material, but just I am giving you an idea how you are supposed to prepare based on the question paper. Okay, based on the question paper. Yeah, already it was answered, I guess. Run of Kutch is the largest salt pan. Okay, largest salt pan is also Run of Kutch. Okay, Run of Kutch. That's good. So, similarly, as I mentioned, largest and second largest. Okay, only one or two you will focus. Okay, one or two you will focus. And if you look at the recent years, they are focused on salt related things. So, salt lakes. Okay, probably in the previous discussion or somewhere or next we will come across this discussion. So once they have asked about what? Salt lake. Okay, Didwana is a salt lake. So in that fashion, so again this question becomes important. So based on this you will find out largest salt pan in India, second largest salt pan in India. So Bhitarkanika mangroves, where they are located, which are the other famous mangroves. Okay, and Naupada swamp, it is located in which state you mentioned? Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so Andhra Pradesh. So what is a swamp? Which is the largest swamp land in India? In that fashion you will prepare the content.
Sir, Run of Kutch is also the largest salt desert in
Largest salt desert in India. Okay, that's good then. Largest salt desert in India. Okay, Run of Kutch is the largest salt desert in India. Salt desert in India. Okay. Next, ilmenite and rutile. Okay, rutile. So abundantly available in certain coastal tracts of India are rich sources of which of the following? Okay, which of the following? So this content, it is available in NCERT. Okay, in NCERT, somewhere that means some kind of content which is used in the toothpaste, in that context it has appeared. Okay, it has appeared. But again, we will not prepare through NCERT because for one single resource, if you go through the entire book, it will not be possible to retain. So what we will do is we have built an alternative approach for this. So among these, which one are famous minerals? Sorry, famous metals or minerals? Iron is famous, copper is famous, aluminum is famous. Okay, when it comes to these minerals, so we should be aware. So which are there? What? Ores. Okay, so which is the ore of iron? Hematite and magnetite. Okay, magnetite. Okay, next when it comes to aluminum, aluminum is bauxite, copper, cuprite and few more. So in the notes what I have done is I have added the important metals and the corresponding ores. So here for the important metals you will prepare all the corresponding ore. Okay, when you prepare, when you eliminate, you will be left with only one choice, that is titanium. Okay, titanium. So here probably in the resources thing, just you can just cross verify in the resources content. What I have done is probably I have created a table kind of thing. So metals corresponding ore, metal and corresponding ore. So if you prepare that list repeatedly, if you revise, then similar kind of questions you will be able to address with full confidence. Okay, with full confidence. So one information I have compiled, you can just go through it later on if you are not able to locate it now. Okay, locate it now. So we can use this approach here. Okay, we can use this approach. Okay, so resources, metals and the corresponding ore. Already we have discussed in the previous class itself how this question could be linked with the 2023 question could be linked with 2024 as well as 2025. How that trend repeats. Okay, somewhere the trend will help us to prepare. Okay, help us to prepare. About 3/4 of the world's cobalt, a metal required for the manufacture of batteries for electric motor vehicles, is produced by. What's the answer? Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, Congo. Now here, world's metal required for the manufacture of batteries. So when it comes to manufacture of batteries, so all those metals, what do we call them as? Critical minerals. So apart from cobalt, which are the other critical minerals? Nickel,
cobalt, nickel, graphite,
manganese, lithium, also okay, graphite. So what you will do? So for cobalt, the largest is What? Democratic Republic of Congo. Similarly for lithium, the top 3 countries. Okay. For graphite, top 3 countries. For manganese, top 3 countries. For nickel, top 3 countries. If you prepare, then any kind of question which appears on what? These critical minerals will be able to address. Okay, we'll be able to address. So even though if you write it multiple times here also it is okay, because it will lead to what? Multiple revisions. Okay, multiple revisions. In the previous wherever question is there also you have noted some things. The same thing even if you note it twice also not an issue. So it will help you to what? Revise it multiple times. Okay, multiple times. Next, based on this, they also asked a question on science and technology in 2025. They asked among these which one is used for cathode, which one is used for anode. Okay, so the multiple different concepts you should be able to connect here. So based on 2025 what science and technology related question, you need to connect which one is used in what? Anode, which one is used in cathode. So which one is used in anode? Graphite. Rest all the metals are used in, minerals are used in what? Cathode. Okay, cathode. Next, so based on this you will prepare. Similarly, just look at the options. Argentina is famous for what? It's famous for lithium. Botswana is famous for diamond. Kazakhstan is famous for uranium. Okay, so in this fashion even the options should help us for revision. Okay, if Kazakhstan is uranium, so which are the other important what countries associated with uranium resource? Okay, Australia, Kazakhstan, Canada. Okay, next uranium, again it will help it should help us for revision. So whether uranium resources are present in India or not? Yes, if present, so which are the important areas where uranium is present? Yes, there are different states. Whether in Karnataka we have uranium resource, which is a basin called as Bhima Basin. Bhima Basin is there. Next we have Kadapa Basin. Next, in the northwestern part of India or western part of India, in Rajasthan, which is a range? Aravalli range. Okay, Aravalli range. Next, in northeast, do we have uranium resource? Yes, in which state? Not. In northeast, Meghalaya. With my weak memory, I can recall that it is Mahadek Basin, Mahadek. Okay, so all these things you should be able to connect. Okay, you should be able to connect. Again, from science and technology point of view. So whether uranium, all the uranium which you naturally extract, so whether it is fissile, there are different types of isotopes, right? Uranium 235, 238. So which one is naturally fissile? 235. Okay, to make to generate electricity, what extent of what enrichment is required? Yes, around 3 to 5% or 2 to 3% this percentage. Now, if you want to make a bomb out of it, what percentage is required? More than 90%. But generally, uranium, we start calling it as highly enriched uranium. When the enrichment process, what percentage? 20%. So all these things, okay, you should be able to connect. Okay, you should be able to connect. Next, which one of the following is part of the Congo Basin? Okay, so yesterday also we saw the Congo appeared in the context of what? Okay, in the context of a carbon sink or carbon sequestration and carbon sink. Okay, it is the largest peatland, and also we saw by comparing Congo Basin with Amazon, which one acts as a larger sink? Congo Basin. Even though Amazon also absorbs carbon dioxide, but at the same time it emits carbon dioxide. So it comes to net storage of carbon. Okay, carbon. So who plays an important role? Congo Basin. Okay, Congo Basin. Now, similarly, they asked again a question in 2023 on Congo Basin. But here again we have to apply a logic because we want to reduce our content. If we do not have a logic, then what happens? There are so many hundreds of rivers across the globe, we have to prepare for all the rivers. So that is practically impossible. So now when you search for Congo River or Congo River Basin, so one is yesterday we saw that it is the largest peatland which helps us in what? Sequestration of carbon. The other aspect is Congo Basin, Congo River is the deepest recorded river. Okay, deepest recorded river. So as it's the deepest recorded river, what we will do? We will try to find out the basin countries. So when we say basin, whether we are taking into account only the countries through which the Congo flows through, or although it and also its tributaries. When we speak about basin, we will take into account all the tributaries. So what you will do? You will write all the Congo basin countries. Which are the Congo basin countries? Cameroon, Central Africa, DRC, Gabon, Equatorial New Guinea. Next, Republic of Congo. Or okay, so here you should not get stuck. Even at any point of time when you are asked to recall the countries which are part of the Congo basin, you should be able to recall with full confidence. Okay, with full confidence. But here we are not stopped. So what we will do here, Congo, deepest recorded river. Out of curiosity, what we have done is, which is the longest river in the world? Nile. So what we will do, even though they are not asked a question, but we will prepare for Nile. Okay, so Nile basin countries. Nile basin countries. Next, apart from Nile, in the notes also we have included for one more river. Which is that river? Amazon river. Why Amazon river? It's the largest river in the world. Okay, largest river in the world. So hence what we'll do, we'll prepare for Amazon basin as well. We'll prepare for Congo basin, we'll prepare for Amazon basin, we'll prepare for what? Nile basin. Okay, Nile basin. Now see, if you go on preparing, the list is endless, but at least to satisfy ourselves, okay, that we have prepared some international rivers, so we shall stick to these 3 rivers. Again, gradually, if you feel that you have prepared already with respect to these rivers, and if you want to prepare for more rivers based on curiosity, you can go on updating the content. Okay, you can go on updating the content. But at least these basic 3 entities will prepare: Congo river, Amazon river, and Nile river. Okay. First, what I will urge is, first become perfect, because always human brain, how it works is, it is not happy with what it has. Okay, it always wants to have something else. So they generally say 1 in hand is better than 2 in a bush. Okay. First you become perfect, then you can go for extra such river systems. Okay, you are unable to recall the river basins associated, the countries associated with these rivers, but again you are going with some extra rivers. Please don't do that exercise. First complete it, then you can go for extra rivers. Okay, extra rivers. Okay, so this perfectly fits into our strategy, because how we have prepared is NCERT line by line. So very rarely I have seen aspirants preparing like how we prepare. Okay, how we prepare. So yesterday I think I had asked you to prepare the first how many topics? 5 topics. 5 topics of 9th standard. 3 topics.
3 topics.
Shashank, you are not present yesterday. You are aware or not? Because when I asked this question, you are stunned. So when did sir say about these 3 chapters? So yesterday I asked you to prepare for the first 3 chapters. So if you are prepared properly, then such kind of questions you will be able to answer with full confidence. Okay, with full confidence. So next, Amarkantak hills are at the confluence of Vindhyan range and Sahyadri ranges. See, if you look at NCERT, what they have done is, when it comes to Amarkantak hills, somewhere they have mentioned Amarkantak hills. When it comes to Vindhyas, they have drawn a line like this. Sahyadris, they are not mentioned. Probably at some place they might have mentioned Sahyadris, Western Ghats. Again, there is a straight line. Okay, Satpura, a straight line. Okay, so next, Western Ghats, a straight line. Just based on straight line, we will not be able to address the question with full confidence. Okay, so what we have done is, for every mountain range, for every mountain which appears in the NCERT, we have found out the corresponding state. Okay, the corresponding state. So similarly, we have done for all the entities. So whether Amarkantak hills is part of NCERT? Yes. Okay, Amarkantak hills is present in which state? Madhya Pradesh. Okay, Madhya Pradesh. Next, when it comes to Vindhyas, so Vindhyas are spread across which all states? Yes, 5 states. Which are they? Gujarat, Maharashtra. Sorry, Gujarat, not Maharashtra. Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Okay, Bihar. So this is Gujarat. Next, when it comes to Sahyadri ranges, Western Ghats, it is spread across how many states? 6 states. Which are the states? Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Okay, Tamil Nadu. Now, what do we understand by confluence? Where they meet. Okay, where they meet. Now, Sahyadris and Vindhyas, the state where they can potentially meet, whether they meet or not, that is secondary. Where they can meet here is Gujarat. But where is Amarkantak present? Madhya Pradesh. So easily you can eliminate that. First one is wrong. Okay. First one is wrong. See, accidentally you will mark it and that question will become correct. That is different. But in the examination hall itself, you should understand that you have marked the question correctly. Okay. So that will boost your confidence for the next question. Okay. Next question. So Biligiri Rangan hills, not present in NCERT. Okay, constitute the easternmost part of the Satpura range. Satpura range is present in NCERT. So Satpura range spread across.
4 states.
Yes, which are the states? Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. 4 states. Okay, Biligiri Rangan hills. So where do we come across Biligiri Rangan hills? Okay, so see, we are from Karnataka. Easily Biligiri Rangan means it may be from Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh or maximum Telangana, we can conclude. But a person who is from the northern part of India, Punjab or from Arunachal Pradesh, if he is preparing, so Biligiri Rangan will become a common name for what? South Indian term. It will be like a South Indian term. So for him, what will be the strategy? Yes, tiger resource. So when we have prepared tiger resource, so around approximately now we have around 55 to 56, 57 tiger resource. Okay. In those tiger resources, do we have Biligiri Rangan? Biligiri Ranganath temple tiger reserve is there. From that we will conclude that Biligiri Rangan is present in Karnataka, but Satpura range is not associated with Karnataka. So hence 2 is false. Okay, 2 is false. Next, Seshachalam hills constitute the southernmost part of the Western Ghats. So Western Ghats is present in NCRT. Seshachalam hills, whether it is present in NCRT. It's not present in NCRT. In NCRT it is not present. So what is speciality about Seshachalam hills? It's a biosphere reserve. Okay. So in this fashion, see, because you have become perfect, you have prepared biosphere reserve, you have prepared Ramsar wetland, you have prepared tiger reserves, you have prepared national park. So you are prepared. So you are very much confident. Now it's difficult for you to recognize or distinguish whether you are read it in NCRT or whether you are read it in our notes or where you are read. But in NCRT it's not present. Okay. But Seshachalam hills, we know that it is a biosphere reserve. It is present in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Andhra Pradesh. So southernmost part of the Western Ghats. So Western Ghats and Andhra Pradesh, there is no link. So third one is false. Okay. Now based upon this, we can confidently conclude that none are correct. Okay, none are correct. Okay. So this approach is very important because I have discussed with many aspirants after 2023 of other institutes who came here. When we had a discussion, they are completely unaware of the strategy. Just randomly they have marked it, and accidentally sometimes it might have become correct also. But many times it will fail. Okay, here it will fail, and to answer such kind of questions, we need to have that holistic information. We need to know about the what tiger resource. We need to know about what national parks. We need to know about biosphere resource. Then we will be able to come to a correct conclusion. And in 2023, there were around 48 such questions. Only 1, only 2, only 3. That's why the cutoff came from what? 90 to 75. For general merit, it was 90 to 75. Okay. For scheduled caste, it came to 60. Okay, it came to 60. So, but even in such kind of questions, we can answer confidently with our approach. Okay, with our approach. And also, we have not taken any other information extra. Whatever the hills that have been mentioned in NCRT, we have just confined our preparation only to those mountain ranges. But the way of preparation, it is different. Okay, way of preparation is different. So that's why I say when you go to the examination hall with such kind of content, what you can do? You can roar like a cheetah. Yes or no? Yes or no?
No.
Why? You don't want to roar. Cheetahs will not roar, right? Then which one will roar? Tiger? Next. With reference to India's projects on connectivity, consider the following statements. Again, an economy related question. It's an infrastructure related question. But again, if you look here, very curiosity. Okay, very curiosity driven question. So we have to prepare. Okay, we have to prepare. Now the same question, whether it can repeat, there are chances that it may repeat. Okay, it may repeat. So the east-west corridor under the Golden Quadrilateral project connects Dibrugarh and Surat. Trilateral highway connects More in Manipur and Chiang Mai in Thailand via Myanmar. Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar economic corridor connects Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh with Kunming in China. Okay, China. A lot of clarity is required. But again, a very, very basic question that they are focused. And these things, they appear in the newspaper. Whenever you are reading an international affairs related article in the editorial especially, so many times BCIM appears. Okay. So trilateral highway also appears. And sometimes even Golden Quadrilateral also appears, a very important project. Okay. A very important project. For this I have compiled the content. Okay. I compiled the content. Now out of curiosity. So east-west corridor under Golden Quadrilateral project connects which two places? Just search in the notes or you can search in the internet also. It connects two places. Delhi and? Not Delhi. There is some other place. Not Delhi. East-west corridor. Yes? Silchar in Assam. So it's not Dibrugarh, it is? Okay, Silachar or Silchar. Again, pronunciation I will leave it to you because my pronunciation is a bit different from yours. Next. Silchar in Assam with? Yes, it connects what? Porbandar in Gujarat. Porbandar in Gujarat. Okay, Silchar, what? In Assam. Porbandar in Gujarat. Okay, Porbandar in Gujarat. So, as part of the Golden Quadrilateral, whether we have only East-West corridor or also we have North and South corridor as well. North and South corridor. Then which are the places it connects?
Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai.
No, just end points you tell me. Northernmost end point and southernmost end point. Delhi and Chennai. Okay, so what you can do? You can update the same. So, North-South corridor, which are the points connected? Okay, or important cities. Okay, important cities also you can just update it. You can update it. Next, trilateral highway connects Moreh in Manipur and Chiang Mai in Thailand via Myanmar. Okay, so trilateral highway, whether it connects Moreh, which place it connects in which state of India? Just to verify once. First, Moreh in Manipur is correct. Okay. Next, in whether it connects some city in Thailand?
Yes, sir. Mysore, Thailand.
So here it is not Chiang Mai, it is Mysore. Okay, Mysore in Thailand. Whether
South Corridor, Srinagar to Kanyakumari.
Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Okay, it's Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Okay, then you mentioned that some other state, Chennai to. Okay, okay. Anyhow, you have to cross verify. Okay, so if you have any kind of doubts, you have to cross verify always. Okay, always you have to cross verify. So trilateral highway connects Moreh in Manipur with Mysore in Thailand via Myanmar. Via Myanmar? Yes or no? Via Myanmar. Okay. Next, Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar economic corridor connects which place to which place? In India, which state, which place? And in China, which state, which place? Third one. I think there is some place in West Bengal which is being connected with some place in China. Which is the place? Just search once. Yes.
India, Kolkata.
Okay. In India, it connects with Kolkata,
China,
Kunming. Okay, Kunming in China. So here, this is also wrong. Okay, this is also wrong. See here, infrastructure related question they asked. So at least two questions they asked. One is we saw with respect to ports. Okay. Another one is about the highways and all. Okay. About the connectivity. So the same will prepare. And in some other year they will be framing a different question on infrastructure. For example, in one of the years they are focused on what? Which is the largest floating solar power plant in India. So again, there is an infrastructure related question itself. So it does not mean that once they ask about this kind of question, again the same will repeat. No, they will focus on a different type of infrastructure. So this can be classified under what? Infrastructure related question of what? Economics. Okay, for economic. No. You just cross verify, not Kolkata to Mumbai. It's actually Silchar to Porbandar itself. Okay, you just cross verify through different sources. Now, when you search in the internet, what happens? The other institutes, whatever the material they have compiled, that will pop up. Okay, that will pop up and that will be wrong. Only when you click the link and enter inside, then you will get to know whether the information is correct or wrong. Okay, so you can just cross verify through multiple sources. And sometimes even when you search in the chat GPT also, that may not be reliable. Okay, so again you have to cross verify through other sources. Not in all the cases, but at least in some cases where you are getting confused. Okay, where you are getting confused. So again, 2023 question itself. India, despite having uranium deposits, depend on coal. Okay, depend on coal for most of its electricity production. True or false? Okay. So what is, see next year, what is the share of coal in the overall electricity production in India? So here in the resources probably I have mentioned what is the and also in probably economy or somewhere I have mentioned about the energy mix. Okay, energy mix I have mentioned. So it's more than 60%. We can what you can say with full confidence. Okay, the share of coal is more than 60%. So you can go through that content. Okay, you can go through the content. What is the share of uranium or what is the nuclear power share in India?
2%.
Approximately it is okay. 2%. That is nuclear share is 2%. So India, despite having uranium deposits, depends on coal for most of its electricity production. Statement 1 is correct. So despite having uranium deposits, where are the deposits present? Can you recall the recently, just now you just recall few of the places in India, right? Which are they? Meghalaya. Which basin? Mahadek basin. Next, Rajasthan. Aravallis. In the southern part. Andhra Pradesh, Kadapa Basin. Karnataka, Karnataka and Maharashtra somewhere, Bhima Basin. Next.
Chalakura, Jharkhand.
Yes, in Jharkhand also we have a basin, right? Singhbum Thrust Belt. I really feel very happy when I am able to recall these things. Okay, Singhbum Thrust Belt, again that is a basin. Now apart from this, what we will do, which is the largest uranium deposit holding reserve in India? Now we want a particular place. See, we have listed so many sites there. If you go to through the content, previous year, now yesterday I have shared the resources kind of thing, right? Previous year also it was there, but it was not exhaustive. Now I have prepared exhaustively. I have prepared uranium separately. You can just go through that content. So what you will get to know, there are different sites. Okay, which is a famous site for uranium reserves? Largest uranium reserves holding site? Probably Tummalapalle. Tummalapalle? Yes. Okay. So actually previous year what we had done is I had asked the students to memorize all that list. Okay. Means there are chances that they may ask. They may give you multiple names and they may ask you. So these places are famous for what? Rock cut cave shrine. Okay. Uranium reserves. So in that fashion, if they frame the question, at least if you have gone through the names of these places, then you will be able to identify correctly in the examination. So first one is what? Correct. Next, uranium enriched to the extent of at least 60% is required for the production of electricity. So what is the extent of enrichment required? Okay, just 3 to 5% minimum enrichment is required. Okay. So second one is false. At the same time, we also got to know that to make a nuclear weapon bomb, what is the enrichment required? More than 90%. Now, in our general reactions, what kind of reaction takes place? Fission or fusion? Fission. Okay, fission. Next, generally where does fusion reaction take place? Okay, sun. So whether a fusion reaction has been successfully tested in India, in the world.
Yes.
Okay, the experiment is still going on, because if it has been successfully, testing has taken place, but application has not yet taken place. Because if it takes place, then generally we will switch from fission to fusion. Which one will generate more energy? Fusion will generate more energy. Okay, more energy. Fission, fusion. Okay. So here, environment related also we can classify it under environment, but here I have brought under geography. So this year separately I have prepared. Okay, marsupials. Okay, marsupials, and this is not the first time that a question has appeared. Before this also a question on marsupials has appeared. Okay, appeared. Probably in the year, in the decade of 2000, a question on marsupial has appeared. An example of a marsupial species? Kangaroo. Okay, so where they are present marsupials? Australia. Okay, Australia. So are not naturally found in India? True. Okay, so marsupials can thrive only in mountain grasslands with no predators. Okay, so everywhere there will be a predator. Okay, so hence this statement took at the face level itself, we can mark it as what? Wrong. Here the answer is only 1. So here in environment related, tomorrow when I will be sharing the content, so I have made a detailed content of such kind of species. Okay, so some special kind of species which are not present in India and where they are present. Okay, that list I have made. You can go through that content. Okay, the temperature contrast between the continents and the oceans is greater during summer than in winter. The specific heat of water is more than that of land surface. So yesterday we saw a question of isotherm, right? So in 2024, and in 2025 also there was a question on isotherm. And in 2025 when a question appeared, okay, the isotherm, why it will bend towards the equator on the land mass. Okay, for that what was the one reason? Ocean currents. The second one was what? Specific heat of land and water. Okay, specific heat of land and water. So because of the specific heat, so which one has a higher specific heat? Land or water? Water. Okay, so land mass has a lesser specific heat, hence less amount of heat is required to heat it up. Okay, and because of this low specific heat, land mass will also lose its heat in a faster manner in winter season. Okay, in winter season. Now here the specific heat of water is more than that of land surface. True or false? It is true. Okay, it is true. The temperature contrast between continents and the oceans is greater during summer than in winter. Okay, what is temperature contrast? Yes. Okay, the range of temperature within a day. Okay, within a day. For example, at the night time, let's assume it's 10 degrees Celsius. Okay. And during daytime, if let's assume it's 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. So this is what temperature contrast. On other day, during night time it is 5 degrees Celsius. Daytime it is 30 degrees Celsius. Okay. So the difference is more in the first case or in second case. Contrast is more in first case or second case? Second case. So such kind of contrast in day temperature, when we will witness, whether we will witness in summer season or in winter season. Summer season. Why? Okay. How you will connect the specific heat here?
Due to more sunlight, heat takes place at this.
Yes. So the land will get heated. At the same time, oceans will also get heated. During the night time, what happens? So who will release the heat in a faster manner? Land will release the heat. Oceans, they will retain the heat. Okay, they will retain the heat. In case of winter season, what happens? The heating impact itself will be less, because in winter, especially if you take the northern hemisphere and all, so where land mass is there, so heating of both land and water. Now see, in summer season, let's assume the average temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius or 30 degrees Celsius. So water will also get heated to 30 degrees Celsius. Land will also get heated to 30 degrees Celsius. This is summer season. Okay, summer season. In winter season, let's assume the average temperature itself is what? 20 degrees Celsius. So land will also get heated to 20 degrees Celsius and water will also get heated to 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, water and land. Okay, land. So during night time, when cooling starts taking place, okay, so it will also cool. Okay, it will start cooling in a slow manner. Okay, slow manner. Now let's assume it cools and the temperature comes down to 5 degrees Celsius. Here slowly it cools and temperature comes down to 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, 15 degrees Celsius. Here at night time the cooling will impact will take place in a faster manner. So let's assume it will come down to around 10 degrees Celsius. From 30 degree it will somewhere come to, let's assume, 20 or 22. Just to make our to come to a conclusion, we have to require some values, right? So here when you look at these contrasts, so these contrasts are more in case of which season? Summer season. Even if we are not convinced with this example also, okay, we should convince continuously to our brain, this is a fact. What is the fact? Temperature contrast between continents and oceans is greater during winter. It's greater during winter. It's greater during summer. Okay, because what happens sometimes, even with the help of examples also, it will be difficult for us to get convinced. So rather than going into its background and becoming a master in it, just understand that in summer the contrast between land and what continents and oceans is more. Okay, is more. And what is the reason? The specific heat of water is more than that of the land. That of the land. Because sometimes when we do not understand the concepts completely, okay, and sometimes it is also not possible also, we'll get stuck there itself. You will not get stuck. Okay, not get stuck at any of the questions. Some minimum amount of time you will give. Even if you are not able to comprehend the content also, you will move to the next question. Okay, that is very important. Okay, that is very important. Next. So those who have joined online, whether question is visible? Okay. Okay. So according to the United Nations World Water Development Report 2022, India extracts more than a quarter of the world's groundwater withdrawal each year. India needs to extract more than a quarter of the world's groundwater each year to satisfy the drinking water and sanitation needs of almost 18% of the world's population living in its territory. Okay. So repeatedly, not once, multiple times they are focused on groundwater. Okay, they are focused on groundwater, very important component. Okay, when it comes to resources, they'll focus on water, they'll focus on groundwater. Okay, groundwater. Here, this report is it's a dummy report. United Nations what? Water Development Report. You need not go through this report. Okay, you need not go through this report. Just we need to know about the statistics. Okay, we need to know about the statistics, whether it's this report or any other report. So already I have prepared the content. Okay, I have prepared the content. So India extracts more than a quarter of the world's groundwater withdrawal each year. Okay, so when you go through the content, groundwater statistics, the highest groundwater extractor across the globe is India. Across the globe, if 100 liters of groundwater is being extracted, so what proportion of that is being extracted by India? Okay, approximately it is around 25 to 26%. So the first statement is correct. So India extracts more than a quarter of the world's groundwater withdrawal each year. Yes, India extracts around 26% of the groundwater. So just see, they may not ask. Okay, they may not ask, but just out of curiosity, what we will do is, if India is the largest, which is the second largest groundwater extractor in the world? USA? We have in that list? Or you are verified? Or you made a wild guess? Okay. No, that's correct. Actually, if you are able to recall, then we have to feel happy, because a long time back when we read the content, many times it becomes difficult for us to recall. Okay. So just out of curiosity, we will add here. Second largest groundwater extractor. Okay, second largest groundwater extractor. Second largest groundwater extractor. Next, India needs, coming to second statement, India needs to extract more than a quarter of the world's groundwater each year. Okay, each year, to satisfy the drinking water and sanitation needs of almost 18% of the world's population. Okay, population. So here there are too many values. One is more than quarter, 18%. So all these things are there. Now, see, there are somewhat elimination techniques also, but we have an approach, it's a proper approach. Now, when it comes to groundwater, okay, groundwater. So in the world, if there are 1000 liters, okay, 1000 liter, 250 liters is extracted by India itself. 250 liters of water is extracted by India itself. Okay. Now this 250 itself, if you consider it as 100%, 100%. Okay. So among this 250 liter, highest water is used for what purpose? See, I am not speaking about the other water. I am just taking into account the irrigation. Okay, irrigation. So among the 250 liters of water extracted, highest we use it for irrigation. So what percentage of the groundwater we use for irrigation? 68 or 80%. Yes, so that statistics is there in our notes. You can just go through it. Groundwater, okay. I think whether it is there in resources or other part, I don't know. Probably if it is other in the other part, then I will share the content. Okay, environment related notes when I share, I'll be sharing it there. So here you'll get to know that. Okay, even now if you are not aware of the exact percentage, also we know that highest proportion of groundwater which is extracted, it is used for irrigation purpose. Okay, it is used for irrigation purpose. But here, if you look at the second statement, it's an extreme statement. What does it say? India needs to extract more than a quarter of the world's groundwater. Okay, okay. Highest is irrigation here. Which is the second highest? Groundwater. Highest is used for irrigation. Second is domestic purpose. Now, India needs to extract more than a quarter. That is 250 liters of water, groundwater each year, to satisfy the drinking water and sanitation needs. No doubt, drinking water and sanitation needs are being satisfied. But the largest usage is for irrigation purposes. And they are saying that 250 liters of water are being extracted for domestic like drinking and sanitation needs. So this statement is false. Okay, false. So hence we come to a conclusion that option 1 is correct and 2 is wrong. So here in this context, what are the various things that we will prepare? Already it is present in the notes. So groundwater, what? Groundwater highest it is used for irrigation. Second highest it is used for what purpose? Third highest, and so on. Similarly, apart from the groundwater, you will also focus on generic water. Okay, generic water. When it comes to water, which is the highest consumer of water? Whether it is the domestic sector, industry sector, or irrigation. Irrigation. Okay. Next, when it comes to irrigation, which is the largest source of irrigation? Groundwater. Okay. So again, that all content I have compiled. You should go through that content. And also when it comes to groundwater, I have prepared a table also. And in 2020, they asked a question that is about exploitation. Overexploited, okay, critical. So all that information you will revise in this context. Okay. When it comes to groundwater, a very important resource. So questions will repeat. In what fashion they will repeat, we are not aware. But somehow, based on the content that we have compiled, we should be able to answer any question which appears in the context of groundwater. Okay, groundwater. So here we have prepared groundwater, important resource like electricity. Okay, so we need to know about it. So you will prepare accordingly. Second is China. 48th question. What was the question? 48th?
Temperature contrast between continent and ocean.
Huh.
The answer, first one. First one.
First one is wrong.
Sir.
What's the answer here for this 48th question?
It is in summer. During it is in winter, sir. The temperature contrast between continent and ocean is greater during winter than summer.
During winter than in summer? Okay. Then we'll what? We'll just change it. Okay, we'll change it. We'll discuss later on. Okay, again, we'll not get stuck. So I will go through the content. Okay, so if it is winter, then what is the reason? We'll just go through that content and we shall just cross verify. So official answer key is what? Only 2 is correct, right? Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct.
D.
B?
Yes.
D or B? D. Okay.
D, sir.
D. Okay. Then we'll have a discussion once again on that. Okay. Next, with reference to Earth's what? Atmosphere. Atmosphere, which one of the following statements is correct? The total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that received at the poles. Infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of insolation. Infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor that is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. Infrared waves are a part of visible spectrum of electromagnetic waves of solar radiation. Okay, so this one what? Global warming, climate change related context. Okay, climate change related context. So here the answer is already, what's the answer? I think third one. Okay, 3 is the answer. Now if you look at the first statement, the total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that received at the poles. Okay, so what is insolation? The solar radiation which the earth receives. So obviously when you look at earth, so whether it will be more at equator or at poles, obviously at the equator it will be more. As you move towards the poles, the insolation will reduce. But he is saying what? About 10 times. Okay, about 10 times. So we'll just pause. We are not sure. Okay, we'll pause. We are not sure. So later on we can verify. But if you look at the second statement, infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of the insolation. Okay, well, so infrared, the incoming radiation is called as long wave or short wave? Short wave. So in the short wave, whether infrared will be there? Yes, a very small proportion of infrared will be there, but only when it hits the earth, the visible light when it hits the earth. So earth gets heated up. When earth starts radiating, okay, it will start radiating in the form of infrared. At that time, the major component will be infrared. That infrared component will be absorbed by greenhouse gases. Okay, greenhouse gases. Okay, so here second statement constitute about 2/3 of the insolation. False. Okay, false. Now next, if they frame a statement like this, so whether infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of the radiation that is being emitted out of the earth, yes, we have to check. Okay, but I think it's correct. Okay, it's correct. Now it comes to third one. Infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor. So whether water vapor can absorb infrared? Water vapor is a greenhouse gas. Okay, so we have discussed about the various greenhouse gases as per the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. As per the UNFCCC, how many greenhouse gases have been listed? 6. Whether water vapor is part of it? No. But we got to know that water vapor is a greenhouse gas which can absorb outgoing what? Infrared, that is long wave, as well as incoming short wave radiation as well. Okay, so infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor. This is correct. Okay, that is correct. That is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. Infrared waves are a part of the visible spectrum. Okay, visible spectrum of electromagnetic waves of solar radiation. This is false. Okay, so basic physics. Again, for this we will not go through the entire electromagnetic spectrum, but at least we need to know. So GX, UV, IRM. Okay, so gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, visible, infrared, radio waves, microwaves. So all of them are separate. So here he has mentioned that infrared are part of visible. No, they are not part. Okay, they are not part. So answer is third one. Okay, third one. So here the basic curiosity is here. In the previous 2025 question we saw, when it comes to dust particles, so where they are present? In temperate region or at the poles or at the equator. Okay, at the equator. Similarly, the thickness of the troposphere is more at equator or at the poles. And probably in the same year they asked also about what Coriolis force as well. So similarly here, insolation highest at the equator or at the poles. Okay, so at the equator, highest, but exactly 10 times. So whenever they make like absolute statements like 10 times, so generally they will be wrong. Because I'll show you one more while discussing 2020 question. There also they have mentioned like this 20 times, 10 times. So generally, okay, generally they'll be wrong. But even though we have paused here, and after looking into third option, we could conclude confidently that yes, third one is correct. Okay, third one is correct. Okay. So moisture is more at the equator or at the poles? Equator. Okay. Moisture is more at the equator and less at the poles. As one goes to higher altitude, what happens to moisture? The content of moisture will increase or decrease? Decrease. What happens to pressure as one goes to higher altitude? Decreases. What happens to pressure as one moves from equator towards the poles? We cannot say because there is an alternating. So what? Equator is high pressure or low pressure? Equator, see that often it confuses for all of us. It's a low pressure area. Poles is high pressure area, and the next alternative belt of close to equator is high pressure area. It's called as horse latitudes. After that again we have low pressure area. Okay, low pressure area. So with this we should be able to construct. Okay, we should be able to construct. Now see, similarly when it comes to vegetation, the thickness of the vegetation will be more at the equator or at the poles. See, just I am giving you see what kind of questions they can frame, potential questions. Why poles? See, for any vegetation to be thick, there should be proper photosynthesis, there should be proper supply of water. Okay, it means there should be proper rainfall. Yes. So at the equator, what the vegetation, again you will cross verify whether the vegetation will be more thick and dense at equator or at poles. Okay, or at poles. Okay. Similarly, when it comes to rainfall, is more at equator or at poles? Yes, equator. Now I will make a statement. You have to verify later on whether it is correct or wrong. As one moves from equator towards the poles, rainfall decreases gradually. True or false? You have to verify. See, it will not hold true in all the cases. When it comes to temperature, we know that as one moves from equator towards the poles, temperature decreases. But that was not the case in case of pressure. In case of pressure, it will not decrease. Once it will increase, once it will decrease, alternate. I am asking you about the what? Rainfall. Okay, about vegetation. Okay. Just I am stopping here itself because I was able to raise only 2 questions to this extent. But you will not stop. Whenever new question flashes, okay, while reading some other subject, you have to just update the content. And if you look at the questions, all of them are what? Curiosity driven questions. Okay. So what they are expecting is they are not expecting you to become a master in geography, but whether you are a jack or not, you should be jack of all the subjects. Okay. So that's it. Next, the soil in tropical rainforest is rich in nutrients. So this we have prepared about very solid content. So there today when I will be giving you environment related print, and in previous batch also we had shared the same. So tropical rainforest. Next we have prepared for savanna. Okay, Mediterranean. So climate as well as vegetation. So both of them I have clubbed together and I have prepared a common content. Okay, common content. The soil in tropical rainforest is rich in nutrients. See here, this question in the recent years it has repeated. The same question has just twisted and the similar kind of theme based question they asked. So in case of tropical rainforest, whether soil is rich in nutrients? Soil is not rich in nutrients. Why it is not rich in nutrients?
Due to
High rainfall. Okay, and also in case of tropical rainforest, whether decomposition will happen in a faster manner or a slower manner? Faster manner. And also as a result of rainfall and all, erosion will take place. So the top soil does not have nutrients. It is deficient in nutrients. Okay, deficient in nutrients. And during the discussion in 2011 and 12, again they asked a question. So if you cut the trees in the tropical rainforest, whether it will regrow in a faster manner or very slowly? Very slowly, because the top soil is what? Deficient in nutrients. So for the tree to grow, it will take long time. Once the roots reach the bottom layer of the bottom layer where it is rich in nutrients, then the tree starts growing in a faster manner. So here they are referring to top soil. So rainforest is rich in nutrients. False. It is what? Poor in nutrients. Okay, poor in nutrients. Okay. Now this we will not do for other forest. For savanna, no, we are not going to do this. Specifically with respect to what? Tropical rainforest itself, they'll focus on this. Okay, they'll focus on this. So the high temperature and the moisture of the tropical rainforest cause dead organic matter in the soil to decompose quickly. Okay, so obviously first is wrong, second one should be correct as per this, and this is the reason. So high temperature and moisture, what happens? So the it will decompose in a faster manner, and once it decomposes, because of the daily rainfall, the rainwater will carry all the nutrients away from the soil. Okay, away from the soil. So second one is correct. Okay, second one is correct. So next, which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? Okay, desert. So here what's the answer? Lake Fagu Ibin. Okay, Fagu Ibin. Now a similar kind of question, if it appears, it will appear, it may appear, because a similar kind of question is appeared in 2018. Okay, in 2018, there what they asked is, which is a lake which has significantly dried up. It has not completely become a desert, but significantly dried up. So there they are given 4 options. Okay, there they are given 4 options. There are multiple approaches. One is based on elimination as well. But here what I have done is, I have prepared a list. Previous year also we had prepared a list. The same list again we have extended. So there I have prepared 2 lists. One is the list of lakes which are completely dried up and they have become desert. One list. Another list is lakes. The list of lakes which have significantly dried up, even though they are not yet become desert, but they are significantly dried up. So what you will do is, you will take some time and you will memorize and you will revise. Okay, revise. Next, on top of that, what we will do is, now see here, based on 2023 question, 2018, if they are going to twist the question, what they can do is, so significantly dried up lake, which country? They may ask. So what you will do, that list of lakes, and also you will prepare the corresponding country. Okay, corresponding country. So when you are preparing, what you will do is, first you will give priority to Africa. Why? Because in 2018 also, they have prioritized, they have focused on lakes in Africa. So first you will focus on lakes in Africa, then you will prepare for the lakes in other continents. Okay, other continents. In the notes I have clearly distinguished from the lakes of Africa from other continents. So you will prioritize. Okay, you will prioritize. Okay, so that list if you prepare, then any kind of such questions do appear. See here, many of them they claim that it is part of the current affairs, but we don't know in which current affairs, whether it has come in The Hindu or Indian Express or Times of India, we don't know. But rather than depending on current affairs, from the static point of view itself, we should be able to answer this question. Okay, similar kind of approach again we have for international affairs as well. So that we'll be discussing later on. Okay, Lake Fagu Ibin. Okay, Fagu Ibin. So that exercise is over. Next, out of curiosity, you'll search Lake Victoria. Yesterday we doing a discussion, it came Lake Victoria. Why it is famous? No, that is process through equator secondary. Primary, it's the largest freshwater lake in Africa. Okay, Africa. So Lake Victoria, which state it is present? Tanzania. Okay, so write this. Next, Lake Oguta, where it is present? Nigeria. Lake Olta, Ghana. So just you will search, is there any speciality about these lakes? Okay, so generally there will be some speciality about these lakes. Okay, hence they have given like a dummy values, so not that important. Otherwise even you can verify once, is there any speciality about these lakes? Okay, these lakes. So this is 2022. Okay, we came from 23 to 22. So this statement, okay, so see, these kind of questions they appeared in 2023. In 2022 even that old pattern itself it existed. From 2022 there was a slight switch. So only 1, only 2, all 3, none. These kind of questions first time they appeared in 2022. Okay, in 22 there were 8 questions. In 2023 there were 48 questions. Okay, 48 questions. So in 2022 the cutoff was probably around 92. Okay, 92. In 23 it came down to 75. 75. Okay. So Gandikota Canyon of South India was created by which of the following rivers? Okay, following rivers. So already we know the answer. What is the answer? Pennar. Okay, Pennar. So again, it is a current affairs driven question because in standard books we do not have. But anyhow, what I have done is I have prepared the famous canyons of India. The famous list of famous canyons of India, and which is the river responsible for that canyon. You can just go through that list. Okay, go through that list. Next, Pennar river is present in which state? Karnataka. Andhra Pradesh. So Gandikota Canyon is located in which state? Andhra Pradesh. Next, Kaveri River. When Kaveri has appeared, you will just revise the Kaveri River system. So where does Kaveri originate? Karnataka. Next, through which all state it passes through? Tamil Nadu. So which are the tributaries of Kaveri? Kabini, Hemavati, Bhavani, Amaravati. Right? So which one originates in Kerala? Only Kabini? Amaravati? Bhavani? Bhavani. So which one originates in Kerala and joins Kaveri in Karnataka? Kabini. Which one originates in Karnataka and also joins there itself in Karnataka itself? Yes, Hemavati. Amaravati, where does it originate? Tamil Nadu. Okay, and it will join there itself. Okay, there itself. So you are able to revise Kaveri. Next, Manjira associated with Godavari. Okay, so Godavari, the main Godavari, it flows through which all states? Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, it flows. Okay, next, Chhattisgarh, it flows. Yes or no? Okay. Next, which are the tributaries of Godavari? Purna, Pranhita, Vardha, Venganga, Indravati. Where does Indravati originate? Chhattisgarh. In which state Indravati joins Godavari? Maharashtra? At the confluence of three states, somewhere there is no exact information. Next, which two rivers will form and which two rivers will join and they will form Penganga or Venganga? Yes. Which two rivers will join? Vardha and Venganga. They'll join? They'll form Venganga. Okay. That complete clarity when we come across Manjira. Okay. So Manjira, where does it originate? Where does it join Godavari? Means based upon option itself, we should be able to revise. Maharashtra? Tungabhadra, where does it originate? So whether Tungabhadra river, see, among these rivers, which one are present in NCERT? Okay, so Pennar is not present, but these three rivers are present in NCERT. Okay, NCERT. Tungabhadra is a tributary of Krishna. So all the other tributaries of Krishna, you should be able to recall. Where do they originate? Where do they end? Okay. Next, across the Tungabhadra, so which is a famous UNESCO World Heritage Site located?
Hampi.
Yes, Hampi. Okay. So next, the term Levant often heard in the news roughly corresponds to which of the following regions? Okay. So what's the answer? Region along the Eastern Mediterranean shores. Okay. So this term, it might appear in the current affairs, but whether you have read the current affairs or not, but still in history book, okay, in ancient and medieval history, whatever the compilation I have made, in the first or second chapter itself, there is a mention of Levant. Okay, Levant, it's a region of what? Eastern Mediterranean. And if you look at the option, the entire coastal areas of Mediterranean Sea, see here also Mediterranean, here also Mediterranean, 2 times the term has appeared. It means when you do not have any other weapons, okay, so you will use this weapon. So among these two, one of them should be the answer. So just close your eyes and you will toss the coin. So if it is head, 1, if it is tail, then 4, when you don't have any other option. But now we know it, it's the Eastern Mediterranean. Okay, it's the Eastern Mediterranean. So region along the North African shores, not important. Region along the Persian Gulf and the Horn of Africa. Okay. Now, yes. How to toss? Okay, I'll teach you later. Okay, so now Mediterranean, Mediterranean Sea. Which are the countries surrounding Mediterranean Sea? From North Africa. From Africa. Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt. So next, Middle Eastern countries sharing their border. Yes. Syria, Israel, Lebanon, Jordan, Turkey. Jordan is not there? Okay. Next, European countries. Spain, France, Monaco, Montenegro. Yes, okay. Otherwise, what we shall do is, you first recall the countries sharing their border with Adriatic Sea, because Adriatic Sea is part of Mediterranean Sea. Adriatic Sea. Montenegro, Bosnia, Italy, Albania, Bosnia, Croatia, Slovenia is there? Slovenia or Slovakia? Slovenia. Slovenia or Slovakia?
Slovenia.
Slovenia? Okay. Next. Okay. Next, Spain shares its border. Portugal? No. Okay. So in this fashion, you will prepare for Mediterranean Sea. Next, similarly, if you come here, so northern, okay. See here, region along the North African shores stretching from Egypt to Morocco. So here also he is speaking about the Mediterranean itself. If you look at the second statement, region along North African shores stretching from Egypt to Morocco. Here also he is referring to what? Mediterranean itself. But explicitly he has mentioned in these two options. Next, region along the Persian Gulf. Which are the countries sharing their border with Persian Gulf? Sorry, Persian Gulf. Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman is there? Oman slightly it is below. Okay, you have to verify whether Oman shares its border with Persian Gulf. No. Oman is there? You just search it once. You just look at the map, you'll understand. Okay, you just cross verify once. Next, Horn of Africa. Which are the countries which are considered as part of Horn of Africa? Yes, Somalia, Ethiopia, Djibouti, Eritrea. Okay, good. Djibouti. Okay, good. Next, here in this context, just you should be able to bring some aspects into discussion. For example, which are the important states present here? Important states. Yes. Which state? Malak. No. In the context of Middle East. That is all in Southeast Asia. State of Hormuz. See, I am able to recall. You should be very much confident. Okay. State of Hormuz. Next. State of Bab el Mandeb. Very long time back I read, but still I am able to recall. Bab el Mandeb. Next, state of Hormuz. These are important states. Okay. So, which are the places which the Bab el Mandeb connects?
Red Sea and
Gulf of Aden. Okay. See, there is no clarity. So you'll just go back and you will become perfect with those aspects. Along with this, you'll prepare all those things. Okay. Gulf of Aden, Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. So which one connects the Red Sea with the Mediterranean Sea? Yes. Park State. Suez Canal. Okay, it's Suez Canal. Okay, Suez Canal. So in Kannada there is a movie called as Apta Mitra. There is a dialogue. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಣ ನನ್ನ ಮೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ಪಿಸ್ತು. Okay. In the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year. See here, the same question is repeated. Yesterday or in the previous class we discussed, right? So June 21, Tropic of Cancer. So almost the same concept. In the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year normally occurs in the. Okay. So in the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year occurs in which day? June 21. So already we have memorized itself. Okay, June 21. So here, what's the answer? Second half of the month of the June. Okay. So first time who appear for the examination. So if they have not read the concept, then it will be a difficult question. But if they answer this question, then they will feel the 2022 question paper is very easy. Okay. But one or two questions will not help us to make a decision whether the question paper is easy or tough. Okay. Only when we go through the entire set of questions of different subjects, then we can draw that conclusion. Okay. Draw that conclusion. But those who have read 20 question paper or 2019, so again the question exists. So based upon that, easily we will be able to answer this question. Okay. Easily we will be able to answer this question. Next. So, in the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year normally occurs on June 21. In the southern hemisphere, longest day, 22nd December. Sun never sets below the horizon in the northern hemisphere on which day? On the Arctic Circle. Sorry, to be specific, Arctic Circle. Beyond the Arctic Circle, the sun will not set what? Below the horizon during which period? Winter solstice or summer solstice? Summer solstice. So sun never sets below the horizon on the Antarctic Circle. Okay. So during which solstice? Winter solstice. Okay. Winter solstice. We will not use this term like that. Always summer solstice, winter solstice. Okay, so in southern hemisphere, you mean to say? No, that is the standard word itself. What summer solstice term is there, right? It is for what? June 21 itself. So you are saying that in December 22, not December 22. So the southern hemisphere, when it will be tilted towards the earth, in which month? December 22. In December 22 also, when southern hemisphere is tilting towards sun, at that time also we call it as what? Overall. Summer solstice in? Okay, then the framing of my question itself was wrong. I should have not used the term what? Summer solstice. I should have used summer solstice in northern hemisphere. I should have used summer solstice in northern hemisphere. So whether such terms they are used there, for northern hemisphere summer solstice different, and for southern hemisphere different term, we have to verify it once. Just verify it once.
June 21st is summer solstice.
Okay, because there what they have mentioned is June 21 means it is always called as summer solstice itself. But as she raised a question, so how about in winter? So now the southern hemisphere, when it is facing winter, it will be so when June 21, the northern hemisphere, when it is facing summer, southern hemisphere will be facing winter. Okay, winter. But now the positions will change. At that time, what do we call it as? Northern hemisphere. Yes, that we have to verify once. Okay, that we have to verify, because otherwise how we are going to frame the statement, no? So again we may draw what wrong conclusion. So whether on yes, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, that name is associated or not. So we have to verify once. Okay, we'll verify. But this is very important topic. Okay, repeatedly it has appeared. Very important. Okay. So with reference to Gucci, sometimes mentioned in the news, consider the following. So it's a what current affairs related topic. Okay, current affairs related topic. So if you have gone through the current affairs, then probably we will be able to answer. Otherwise, just what we can do is previous year question, answer we will know it. So Gucci, what it is? Okay, it's a what mushroom variety. Okay, mushroom variety. So hence it is a fungus. Okay, it's a fungus. It grows in some Himalayan forest areas. Here term is some. The third one is it is commercially cultivated in the Himalayan foothills of the northeastern India. Okay, northeastern India. So here the question is a bit difficult. Okay, if we are not aware, then we may end up marking a wrong choice. Now we are aware. What we are aware here is it is not commercially cultivated. Okay, but in which newspaper it has appeared, whether we have gone through the newspaper or not. So whether it has appeared in the standard magazines of other institutes or not, we are not sure. Okay, we are not sure. So just because one question we can answer it through any of the magazines does not mean that we have to follow that magazine. Because now we hardly have 100 days of time, and in these 100 days of time, it will be difficult for us to correct this static part itself. In such a scenario, if you start referring to some other material, thinking that I will be able to answer one question in the examination, then that will be our wrong strategy. We will not do that. Okay. So one or two questions we are going to miss it. Okay, we are going to miss it. But anyhow, now here Himalayan forest area. Commercially, the Himalayan foothills, when the Himalayas, it appears twice. Okay, again, it may be wild guess also. Okay, but when we are not left with any weapons, at that time we can use it. What we'll do, when Himalaya 2 times the word has appeared, then only one of them will be correct. Either in the answer 2 should be there or 3 should be there. Both 2 and 3, they will not be part of the answer. Okay, they will not be part of the answer. Now next, in such scenario, what are the options left? Either 3 only, or
one is part of answer.
Okay, one is part of answer. See here, one is part of answer, but only after telling that Gucci is a mushroom. But in the examination, if you don't know what is Gucci itself, then again it will be difficult. Okay, it will be difficult. In such scenarios, you have 2 Himalayas. Okay, two Himalayas. So one is what? 3 should be, either 3 should be part of the answer, or 1 and 2 should be part of the answer. Means both 2 and 3, they cannot be together. They cannot be together. Means this is not the first strategy. End moment, when you don't have any other choice, when you are making some kind of elimination, so there we can use it. Now, what we will do? So some commercially cultivated in the Himalayan foothills of northeastern India. Okay, so here he has mentioned about northeastern India. Here he has mentioned about what? Some Himalayan forest. Again, it will be confusing. Okay, what you will do? You will just what? We'll toss. Okay, we'll toss. Again, it depends. If you have touched already 70 to 80 questions, then you need not do the toss. But even after multiple rounds, at the end moment, you have just touched 30 or 35 questions. 35 into 270, you cannot qualify. Because our range is 140. Yes, 100, right? So to qualify that 100, we have to mark more number of questions. In such a scenario, whatever weapons are there, you'll use all those weapons. And after toss, if you mark what? 1 and 2, okay, then you will yield. Otherwise, you will lose. But anyhow, we have to take the risk. Okay, we have to take the risk. Because the already question is over now, discussion is very easy. But in the upcoming year, what kind of a new thing they may, what frame, we are not aware of it. Okay, we are not aware of it. Next, which of the following statements best describes the polar code? Actually, it should be part of international affairs. Here in geography, I should have not included it. Okay, anyhow, polar code is associated with what?
Safety measures. Polar waters.
Okay, it is the international code for safety for ships operating in polar waters. Associated with which international organization? Even International Maritime Organization? Okay, okay. So when it comes to International Maritime Organization, what kind of organization it is? It's an organ of UN or specialized agency of UN? Specialized agency of UN? Okay. So which are the organs of UN? General Assembly? Security Council? Trusteeship Council? Secretariat? International Court of Justice. Okay. When it comes to specialized agencies, how many specialized agencies are there? 15. So WTO is a specialized agency. It's true. What is WTO? Okay. World Tourism Organization is a specialized agency. Okay. World Trade Organization, it's not a specialized agency. UNICEF is a specialized agency. UNESCO is a specialized agency. IMF is a specialized agency. World Health Organization is a specialized agency. Okay. So you'll prepare all of them. Okay, actually this should be part of what environment. Okay, environment related question I have taken here. High clouds primarily reflect solar radiation and cool the surface of the earth. So low clouds have a high absorption of infrared radiation emanating from the earth's surface and thus cause global warming effect. Okay, so this will often confuse us. I think we have discussed high clouds and low clouds. So which one will create a cooling effect? High clouds or low clouds? Low clouds. High clouds? Okay. They trap the heat. So this basic information, if we have, then we should be able to answer the question. High clouds primarily reflect solar radiation and cool the surface of the earth. Okay. High clouds, what we have learnt? They create a warming effect. So here, cooling effect, first one is wrong. Okay, first one is wrong. Low clouds have a high absorption of infrared radiation emanating from the earth's surface and thus cause global warming. This is also false. Okay, so answer is neither nor true. So see here, often this will cause confusion. So this thing you have to remember. High cloud, low cloud. High cloud, warming effect. Low cloud, cooling effect. So this much information, if you are able to store, then it would be sufficient. Okay, it would be sufficient. Now if they reverse it, here if they bring high clouds have a high absorption of infrared radiation emanating from the earth's surface and thus cause global warming. If they bring it here, it will be true. If they take it to here, low clouds primarily reflect solar radiation and cool the surface of the earth. Okay. Okay. So next, consider the following pairs: reservoirs and states. Okay, reservoirs and states. Okay, so here again approach is very important, because if you look at reservoirs, if you search in the Google, you will get what? Hundreds of reservoirs. Okay, hundreds of reservoirs. Now whether all these reservoirs are present in NCERT, few of them are present and few of them are absent. Okay, for example, if you look at Gandhi Sagar, whether it is present? Next, Indira Sagar. Okay, next Maithon. is not present in 9th NCERT. It's present in some other NCERT, but it is present. So what I have done is I have made a common list of reservoirs and states only purely based on NCERT. Okay, based on NCERT. But among these two, only one is present in NCERT. Another one is not present. I don't know whether it is Gandhi Sagar or Indira Sagar, but only one of them is present. Gandhi Sagar is present. Okay, then Indira Sagar is not present. Okay, not present in NCERT. But what is it? Curiosity, we'll check. So when you check the largest dam in India by surface value, so which is a dam? Indira Sagar. So based on that curiosity, even if it is not present in NCERT, also you can mark it. Okay, you can mark it. Why? The largest dam in India by volume. Okay, by volume. Volume or surface area? Volume. Largest dam in India by volume is what? Indira Sagar. Where is Indira Sagar located? Madhya Pradesh. Okay, Madhya Pradesh. Now Maithon is present. What it is? It has been clearly mentioned in the NCERT, and we have made a notes for the same. So where is Maithon present? Jharkhand. So hence it is wrong. Okay, hence it is wrong. Next, Gandhi Sagar. Yes, Gandhi Sagar is Madhya Pradesh. Ghataprabha, Telangana. So see, Ghataprabha, nowhere they have mentioned about the dam. But Ghataprabha, we know that it is a tributary of Krishna. And whether it is mentioned in NCERT? Yes, Ghataprabha is mentioned in NCERT. If you look at the tributaries of Krishna, they are mentioned about what? They have mentioned about Tungabhadra, they have mentioned about Ghataprabha, they have mentioned about Bhima, they have mentioned about Musi. So what is our approach? Always we know that where does Ghataprabha originate? Through which all state it crosses through. Next, where does it join? Krishna. From going through that content, you will understand that Ghataprabha, it joins Krishna in the state of Karnataka itself. Then there is no point of Ghataprabha going through Telangana. Then there is no chance of having a reservoir on Ghataprabha river in Telangana and calling it as Ghataprabha. So hence, the statement is wrong. First statement is wrong. Okay. Second statement is based on NCERT. It is correct. Fourth statement based on NCERT and our notes. It is wrong. Indira Sagar not present in NCERT, but out of curiosity we have added. Why? Because it's the largest dam or reservoir in India by volume. Okay, volume, but it is associated with Madhya Pradesh. Okay, Madhya Pradesh. So wrong. So what's the answer? Only one pair. Okay, actually a tough question. Yes. This is very important. See, in the examination, what happens? The question is not correctly matched. So you have arrived at the answer. Now you are very happy that I have to mark it. So once you mark in the OMR sheet, so there is no comeback. Okay. So sometimes we make such kind of mistakes as well. I still remember in 2016, I had made such kind of mistake. And also in the context of river tributary itself. Okay. River tributary itself. So we should be very much careful here. Okay. We should be very much careful. So here I have prepared the list of what? I think whether it is there in the notes or not, just check it. In the end, I added the table or not. So table consisting of not map. I just added table itself. Dams and reservoirs. Sorry, dams and state. Whether it is there or not, just verify. For this new batch, the notes which are compiled. In the end, at the end. It's there? Okay. You just go through that list. Repeatedly, you will go through the list. And also at the same time, you need to know about the rivers and their tributaries through which all state they cross through. Okay, they cross through. Next, consider the following pairs: peak and mountains. Okay, peak and mountains. So here, whether Namcha Parva is present in NCERT. Yes, it is present in NCERT. Next, Nanda Devi. Okay, Nanda Devi is present in NCERT, and also during the discussion of national park and all, we have come across Nanda Devi. Nokrek. Okay, Nokrek also we have come. So whether it is present in NCERT? No. But Nokrek is famous for what? Biosphere Reserve. So where is this located? Meghalaya. So obviously third one is wrong. So when you eliminate 3, you are left with 2 choices. 1 and 2, 2 only. Okay. So it means 2 is correct. 2 is correct. Okay. Now we have to verify only about 1. Namcha Barwa. So Garhwal Himalayas. So during the discussion of Himalayas, so at some point in NCERT also, they have mentioned about both Garhwal and Kumaon at different places. But where are Garhwal and Kumaon, both of them located? Uttarakhand. So Namcha Barwa is located in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. So obviously first pair is wrong. So you came to a conclusion, Second one. Now, if you search in the internet, what happens sometimes? Nanda Devi, few of them they mention it as Kumaon, few of them they mention it as Garhwal. It will cause confusion, but already it is established based on the previous year question paper that Nanda Devi is part of Kumaon Himalayas. Okay, Kumaon Himalayas. Okay. So here again, what will be the strategy here? Entire mountain ranges which are mentioned in the NCERT. So mountain ranges corresponding state. Next, biosphere reserve, national park. Okay, at least where they are located, if we are aware, then we will be able to answer such kind of questions. Okay, such kind of questions. So which are the, can you list the biosphere reserves of India which have been given the man and biosphere reserve status of UNESCO? Nokrek. Nanda Devi is there? Sheshachalam is there? No. First, I would ask you to make a list of all the 18 biosphere reserves. Among those 18 biosphere reserves, what you will do? You will just reduce 6. You will remove those 6 which are not recognized. When you remove those 6, the entire, all the 12, they are part of what? Man and Biosphere Reserve program. So here, you should be perfect, because if you refer the previous few year questions, there they are asked explicitly which of the following Biosphere Reserve is recognized under the Man and Biosphere program of UNESCO. They explicitly asked. Hence, that entire list, memorization or identification is important, because if you do not memorize, then they will start overlapping. Okay, they'll start overlapping. So that overlapping should not happen. Hence, you will prepare the entire 18 list and then you'll subtract 6 or 10. Sorry, 6 or 8? 6. Okay, 6. So you will do it. Similarly for what? You will prepare all the national parks as well. See here. So this is why I always urge you to prepare for Ramsar wetlands. Why? Because these places, they are not present in NCERT. They are not present in any of the NCERTs. And when you are reading, while reading newspaper also, because continuously I do read newspaper, recently I stopped, but anyhow, never I have come across these wetlands appearing in the newspaper. But here, the best source is Ramsar wetland. If you prepare the entire list of Ramsar wetland, then easily we will be able to address this question. Okay, address this question. So now, where is Hokir Sir present? Yes, Jammu and Kashmir. Renuka wetland, Himachal Pradesh. Rudra Sagar, Tripura. Sastam Kota Lake, okay, it is Kerala. So what's the answer? Only 2 pairs. So even though I try to find out if there is any logic, for example, the largest wetland in India, the southernmost wetland in India, the easternmost wetland in India, the northernmost wetland in India. So after doing all that exercise also, we are not able to draw any kind of conclusion or strategy. Okay, hence what we will do? Okay, other aspirants, what they will do is, based on current affairs, they will just prepare few Ramsar wetlands. But now you have time. We have what, 100 days of time. Entire Ramsar wetland. Okay, you will prepare. Okay, you will prepare. And when it comes to river passing through, again you can prioritize based on the previous year question papers, and that logic you can apply. But here we will prepare the list of entire Ramsar wetlands and in which state they are located. Okay, located. So again, it should be, okay, it's a mixed question. It can be classified under environment, economics and all. Okay. Anyhow, we need to know about what? Arriving at the answer. It's a 2021 or 20? I think we completed with 22. So this is next 2021 question. Okay, 21 question. So Moringa is a leguminous evergreen tree. Okay, we don't know. We will not make a list of entire all the evergreen trees. It's practically impossible. Already we have made a list. Okay, evergreen evergreen and what deciduous we have made a list. But in that list we don't have moringa. There are many other species of which we will not be aware, and it is practically impossible. We look into the other option. Tamarind tree is endemic to South Asia. So we'll just mark it. See here. Generally, if it is endemic to South Asia, then there would have been huge demand for tamarind, but that is not the case. It means tamarind is also present in other continents as well, not endemic to South Asia. Okay. So when we speak about South Asia, which are the countries which should flash? Countries of South Asia, SAARC countries. Okay. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Okay. So endemic to South Asia, this will be wrong. So what we will do? We will just eliminate 2. But even after eliminating 2, we have 2 choice, 3, 4 and 5, 1, 3 and 4. Okay. 3 and 4, they are common. Now we have to verify among 1 and 5. Okay, 1 and 5. So moringa, we don't know. Seeds of moringa and tamarind can be used in the production of biofuels. When it comes to biofuels, anything can be used in the production of biofuel. Any waste can be used in the production of biofuel. To what extent we can extract the biofuel, that is a secondary part. But primary part is whether can we extract biofuel? Yes. So we'll take a generic approach. 5 should be part of the answer. So the answer is 3, 4, 5. Now just cross verify. Look at the fourth statement. India exports tamarind and seeds of moringa. Yes. Even if it exports 1 kg also, it will be considered as export. So 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Again, this is a very important question we have discussed multiple times, right? Which one of the following statements is correct? If we do not have a proper logic, then what happens? There are hundreds of important sites in India, hundreds, not hundreds, it may be thousands. So it will be practically impossible for us to prepare for all the sites the corresponding river. Okay, corresponding river. In 2025 itself, the question of Mahajanapada and river, that is actually difficult because we know about the Mahajanapada. We have already found out the states and modern Indian state where they are located and all. This year they have gone to the next level. Okay, they have gone to the next level. But it is Mahajanapada we will prepare. But here, if you, in generic context, if you take, there are thousands of sites, for each of them preparing the corresponding river will be difficult. So what will be the approach here? Okay, UNESCO World Heritage Site. So Ajanta caves lie in the gorge of Wagora river. Now, this UNESCO World Heritage Site, every year we have to go through its content, whether they are updated, we have to verify. Because in 2022, I still remember, 2022 or 20, in 21 it has appeared, right? In 2020, every year when I was updating the content, this Ajanta Wagora river was not there. Means in the information they had not mentioned. But in 2021, in the beginning somewhere they have updated the content. Okay, they have updated the content. So hence every year what you have to do, all the 35 what cultural world heritage sites are there, you just open the website and in the first paragraph itself they will mention if there is any associated river. So you'll just update the notes. Okay, you'll just update the notes. Okay. Because sometimes after coming from the examination, if you check, if you get the answer, then it's of no benefit. So before going to the examination itself, so probably today itself what you can do is, so all of you can just distribute the work among yourself, or if you want to do it on your own, you can do it. So what you will do, you'll just check if there is any update, okay, any update with respect to river. Okay, river. So Ajanta caves lies in the gorge of Wagora river. Next, Sanchi Stupa. So recently we discussed, right? I think in the context of history, we have discussed. Okay. So similarly, we will do what search for Sanchi Stupa. Sanchi is located in which state? Madhya Pradesh. Associated with which religion? Buddhism. Ajanta is associated with Buddhism. Sanchi Stupa lies in the gorge of which river? Okay. Whether gorge is there or not, or if there is any nearby river, you will just what update it. Okay. Next, Pandulena cave shrine. Okay. Located in which state? Which state? Maharashtra. So lies in the gorge of Narmada river. So Narmada river is false, but whether it lies in the gorge or not, again we'll search it and we'll update it. Amravati Stupa, state? Andhra Pradesh. Lies in the gorge of Godavari river? No. So then which river? Whether it lies in the gorge or not. Okay, we'll do it. Again, similarly, we'll do one time revision for all these rivers. So you'll do for Godavari, you'll do for Narmada, you'll do for Chambal. Okay. So where does Chambal originate? Madhya Pradesh. Through which all state it flows? Rajasthan. Where does it Uttar Pradesh? Okay. Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and then it will join Uttar Pradesh. So in which mountain range Chambal originate? Yes, Vindhyas. In which mountain range Narmada originate? Amarkantak. Which was the other river here? Godavari. Where does Godavari originate? Western Ghats. Okay. Next, with reference to the Indus river system of the following 4 rivers, 4 into one of them which joins the Indus. Very confusing question because many of the institutes, whatever the answer key they are released. Okay. So final answer key released by UPSC was different. Okay, was different. Because when you look at NCERT, okay, NCERT what happens? Here they are given like this, Indus, then tributaries will come and join. First they will join in this fashion they are given. So it's very much confusing. Okay, it is very much confusing. We know about the tributaries of Indus. Which are the tributaries of Indus? Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Satluj. Okay, Satluj. Now next, where does Chenab originate? Himachal Pradesh. Where does Jhelum originate? Jammu Kashmir. Okay. Next, where does Satluj originate? Yes, Tibet. Okay. Next, where does Beas originate? Himachal Pradesh. Where does Ravi originate? Himachal Pradesh. So among these, which are the rivers which originate in Himachal Pradesh? Ravi, Beas,
Chenab, Ravi.
Okay, Ravi, peace. Now next, among these rivers, which join together first?
Chenab and Bias.
Jhelum.
Jhelum and Chenab. Now this is a confusion. In NCERT they are not given. Okay. In some other maps they might have given. When both of them they join. Okay. When both of them they join, when a river comes like this and another comes and join like this, so we feel that this is the name of the river. But here there is a slight twist. When Jhelum and Chenab both of them join, the resulting river is called as Chenab. Why? Because Chenab is a longer river. Okay, Chenab is a longer river. Next, after that, Bees. Okay, not Bees. Ravi. Ravi joins Jhelum or Chenab.
Chenab.
Chenab. Okay. Next, Sutlej joins Chenab or Chenab joins Sutlej.
Chenab joins Sutlej.
Okay. So that should be the conclusion. Chenab joins Sutlej. Why?
Sutlej is the longest river.
Okay, Sutlej is the longest river, and this is the interpretation which I have made. I don't know whether it is right or wrong. I searched in few of the sites and then I came to a conclusion that Sutlej is the longest tributary. Okay, tributary, and based on that, if we make a conclusion, then we can assume that the UPSC answer is Sutlej. Why it is correct? Otherwise, you will continuously do the exploration exercise and you will not come to a conclusion. You will not come to a conclusion. Okay, so if you look at this question, then you will understand the level of depth that they are asking. So similarly, you have to prepare for what? Ganga river system, for Brahmaputra river system, for Godavari, for Krishna, Kaveri. So all the river systems, you will do it. Okay, you will do it. And we will only focus on the NCERT rivers, no other river. Okay, no other river. We will focus on these systems. Okay. So with this, what we shall do is we shall close it here itself. I think few more questions of 2021 are pending. Okay, so we'll complete those questions in the tomorrow's class, and tomorrow we shall switch to some other subject. Okay, we shall switch to some other subject and we shall prepare. Okay. Which subject I'll let you know. So accordingly, again I will come up with the content also, and we shall have a discussion in the next class.